JD Sachdev, I'm told, has dialed in from Mumbai with a question. Mr. Sachdev, how can I help you? What's your question?
I have a question in parts.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
I want to first ask the financial part of the question.
All right. Go ahead.
I have booked a flat in Bombay in Upper Juhu, Andheri. I sold my old flat and within a month I invested in the new flat. I made upfront payment of the thing and I got a allotment letter. I did not get the agreement and till today the builder developer has not given me an agreement. This deal took place in 2012 June 2012. After which my books went in IT scrutiny and they refused to accept my deal and they slapped me a notice for capital gain saying that without agreement this deal is null and void. It is not an investment. You have sold your property and you will be charged as capital gains. I went into for a stay order I went into an appeal on the notice and I told them to tell the builder. The builder they sent 2 notices to the builder upon which he signed a MOU with me in 2015 August 4th and expressed his inability to give an agreement to me because of various pending permissions. His building has stalled since last 2.5 years and he's not giving me the property, he's not giving me the rent and he's not paying attention to the income tax notices. The income tax, on the other hand, wants to charge me. They have approved my stay, but they want me to pay 15% till the hearing comes up. Till a few weeks ago, there was a headline in Times of India that tax relief will be given to those people who have booked and letter of allotment will be treated as agreement. But the IT authority says that they have appealed against that. Where do I stand? Do I have to pay the money? And how do I recover my property from my builder?
Mr. Sachdev, I'm terribly sorry for the experience you're having right now with the real estate industry. Could you tell us the name of the developer in question?
Yes. It's a group called Kamla Landmark Group. Sai Kamla Landmark is the name where I have booked the property. And the owner is Mr. Jitendra Jain.
All right. This particular group has had several problems. We've been contacted by other buyers as well. Let's take this piece by piece. If we just look at the income tax portion, the fact that we've normally warned all of our viewers that it doesn't even matter if you've parted with 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees as a token payment or any more than that, you must make sure that the developer is willing to sign an agreement that you register immediately as quickly as you start to put down your first payment. So Soura, if he doesn't have an agreement at this point, which is the mistake here, what can he do to make sure that the developer at least gives him an agreement or gives him some sort of acknowledgement other than an allotment letter?
Sorry, before answering this question, I have our firm has earlier represented Kamla Landmark, so it might not be appropriate for me to answer this. But generally speaking, when you are paying the amount, you should understand that it's the developer's responsibility to register the agreement. So for all the purchasers who are watching this program, I would like to say if you are paying more than 20%, then you should ask for the agreement to be executed.
What is the cap there? 20%. If I put down the down payment, I should definitely ask for the agreement to be written out and registered.
Yes.
And registered.
It's a legal requirement under the law that if you're paying more than 20%, then you can ask the developer to register.
You will insist on a registered agreement. What can he do with the IT department at this point?
You can represent to the IT department, write a letter or write a representation saying what has happened, and you can ask them to pass an adjudication order. I mean, I do not see why IT department will not consider such representation.
But he's telling us very clearly that they're not willing to consider it, that they've appealed against the usage of an allotment letter as proof of investment. This is the unfortunate part, the delays across the country. Most of the time we find senior citizens, retired people who've invested their life savings, who also have trouble, a fair amount of trouble dealing with the legal aspects that come off it, that are facing this problem. What advice would you give him? Does it make sense for him to get a good lawyer to represent himself on both counts, because there's one side of it is what's happening with the IT department and the notice he's received, and the other side of it is what's happening with the developer.
I think the proper remedy would be for him to approach the IT department and get it sorted out. In case the IT department refuses to do it, his remedy lies in High Court. He can go file a appropriate writ petition in High Court and challenge the order of the IT department. I think that would be the proper remedy for him.
All right, so this is what you should be doing. You should get a lawyer, first of all. There's no way around that. You have to get a lawyer to represent you, get in touch with the IT department, make a representation, ask them for the time being at least, because if they're appealing against allotment letters being used as proof, till that appeal is seen through, you can still use your allotment letter as proof. So appeal to them, ask them to consider your case. If not, then approach one of the courts against the IT department. That's your first step. The second step, of course, is what's happening with the developer, and we'll personally look into that and make sure that we can get you some help on that end as well.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.